I've been using this protein powder for 2 years. Last week, I found out it has 6 times more lead per serving than California says requires a warning label. So I dug into the Consumer Reports investigation that tested 23 popular protein powders and shakes for heavy metals. What I found? More than 2/3 failed California's safety benchmark in a single serving. In the next few minutes, I'll show you which products CR flagged as do not consume, which ones tested clean enough for daily use, and a 6-step checklist for picking safer options, including something you can ask any brand that most people don't know about.
Quick note, I'm not a doctor, this isn't medical advice. I'm breaking down the research so you can make your own call. Let's get into it.
First, why is lead in protein powder at all? Lead is a naturally occurring heavy metal in soil. When plants grow, especially root vegetables, grains, and cocoa, they absorb trace amounts from contaminated soil. So when you make protein from brown rice, peas, hemp, or cocoa, all common plant-based ingredients, trace lead ends up in the final product. Dairy-based proteins like whey and casein test lower on average. Cows filter out most heavy metals through digestion before it reaches the milk. Now, the dose matters. We're talking micrograms, not milligrams. But if you're drinking a shake every day for years, it adds up. That's exactly what Consumer Reports wanted to test. Here's their process. They bought 23 popular protein powders and ready-to-drink shakes from stores and online. They tested multiple batches of each product to account for variation. Then they sent everything to an independent accredited lab. The result? Let's look at the products. I need to be careful here. I'm not going to claim these numbers are still accurate for current batches. Formulas change, and I'm working from news coverage of the report, not the raw data. But based on reporting from Healthline, Eating Well, and Simply Recipes citing the CR findings, here's what you need to know. 2 products were flagged as do not consume, based on lead levels per serving. Important context, both companies publicly responded. Naked Nutrition said their products comply with FDA reference levels. Huel pointed to international standards, and both are high-calorie mass gainer formulas with large serving sizes. So, the lead concentration per gram may be lower than a standard protein powder. My take? If your goal is minimizing lead exposure, don't make these your daily driver. If you use them occasionally for bulking, that's a personal risk calculation. CR also recommended limiting some products to once per week or less. Examples cited include, notice the pattern? Plant-based proteins tend to test higher because of how plants absorb metals from soil. That doesn't make them bad, but daily use is where the risk compounds. On the flip side, several products were flagged as more suitable for frequent use. The pattern is clear. Dairy-based proteins tested lower on average. Not zero risk, but relatively cleaner when it comes to lead. Now, if you're using any of these products, drop a comment. I want to know if you've seen brands update their testing since this report came out. Coming up, I'm going to explain why the headlines about 1,200% more lead than the limit are misleading, and give you a 6-step checklist for picking cleaner protein, including a question you can ask any brand that most people don't know about. You've seen the numbers. Now let's make sense of them, because different agencies use different safety limits, and that's where the headlines get misleading. Consumer Reports used California Proposition 65's MADL, maximum allowable dose level, which is 0.5 micrograms of lead per day. That's the strictest benchmark in the US. The FDA uses interim reference levels, For women of childbearing age, 8.8 micrograms per day. For young children, 2.2 micrograms per day. So when a headline says a product has 1,200% more lead than the limit, that's comparing it to Proposition 65's 0.5 micrograms, not the FDA's 8.8 micrograms. Both benchmarks are trying to protect you. Proposition 65 is ultra cautious. It's designed to trigger warning labels, not indicate immediate danger. The FDA benchmark reflects realistic dietary exposure across all the food you eat. Neither one says, this amount is safe. They both say, minimize exposure where you can. And that's what the checklist is for. All right, here's how to actually shop this. This is my personal protocol. Adapt it to your needs. Most people can hit their protein goals with food. Greek yogurt, eggs, chicken, fish, beans, tofu, cottage cheese. You're probably getting 80 to 120 grams a day without supplements. Protein powder is a convenience tool, not a necessity. If you're using it because it's easier than cooking, that's fine. Just don't assume you need it. If you do use powder, rotate it. Don't drink the same shake every single day for years. Use it 3 to 4 days per week. Alternate with whole food meals. This reduces cumulative exposure to any single batch. Some products carry certifications from NSF Certified for Sport or Informed Choice. These programs independently test for contaminants, including heavy metals. It's not a guarantee of zero lead, but it shows the brand is willing to be audited. This is the one most people don't know about. Legit supplement companies test their products and can provide a certificate of analysis, a COA, showing heavy metal levels for specific batches. Email customer service. Ask for a recent COA. If they say, we don't do that, or it's proprietary, that's your answer. Move on. Based on the CR data, dairy-based proteins consistently test lower for lead. If you're vegan or lactose intolerant, stick with plant-based, but use it strategically, not daily. And consider rotating between pea, hemp, and rice so you're not overloading on one source. Lead exposure is a bigger concern for developing brains. If you're pregnant, trying to conceive, or buying protein for teenagers, this is where you want to be strictest. Focus on whole foods first. If you do use powder, stick with certified low-testing brands. Keep it occasional. Here's the reality: you don't need to panic. Consumer Reports themselves said the goal isn't fear, it's awareness. The supplement industry has limited pre-market oversight. The FDA operates on a post-market enforcement model. They step in after problems are reported, not before products hit shelves. So shop like a skeptic. Check for third-party testing. Rotate sources. Don't assume organic or plant-based means clean. But also, don't let this ruin your routine. If protein shakes help you hit your goals and you're using a decent brand, keep going. Just maybe don't drink 3 scoops of the same powder every day for the next decade. Here's your homework. Comment below with the exact protein powder you use and how often you use it. I'll tell you what to look for, whether that brand publishes a COA, whether they're third-party certified, and what the red flags are. Also, next episode vote. Do you want me to break down protein bars or pre-workout supplements? Comment bars or pre-workout. If this helped you, hit subscribe. I'm working through the entire supplement aisle so you can make smarter, safer choices. See you in the next one.